Ultimately, we want everybody to succeed in business. We want everybody to succeed in real estate. So, crypto especially. So right now, Bitcoin's hanging around $67,681.60. Ethereum's at $2,021.64. Tether's at $1. XRP's at $1.44. And Binance is at $622.55. The USDC is still hanging strong. That's a stable coin, obviously. Solana's at $86.29. The market looks like it's making a recovery. All right, the fear and greed index is still at 11. Obviously, that's still pretty high. That's a high fear and greed index. But like I always say, you need to buy low, sell high. You need to buy when others are, or buy when others are greedy, or be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy, like Warren Buffett said. So while all these corporations are buying up all of the crypto, all of the Bitcoin, the XRP, I can tell you now that, the market cycles are going to tell us one thing, and that more of this is going to be bought up by institutions, banks, and it's happening, right? The Bitcoin dominance is still hanging, still up there. So Bitcoin's still strong. Crypto's still strong in itself. So I do see a powerful future for crypto, but everything waits on the Clarity Act, right? We have to wait on the Clarity Act and what we see with that. Right. Until then, the prices are pretty much going to stay right around this spot. Okay. We need to get the Clarity Act passed by the Senate. That's the next move for cryptocurrency. That's one of the most important things. Again, we have Dogecoin at 10 cents. Cardano's back up at 29 cents. But again, we need to get these numbers back where they were before, right? We need Bitcoin at 250,000. You got to hit those records. We need XRP to be at $3.84 plus to break that record. That's what needs to happen. And it needs to happen. How are we going to buy Greenland, right? How are we going to really annex all of these different countries? The Trump-Monroe Doctrine, right? So in order for that to happen, crypto is going to have to be a big part of it. This is why the Trump family has been so pro-crypto. On the other hand, I'm not a big fan that they're very into the World Liberty Financial, which is their cryptocurrency they created. So what are you guys thinking about the crypto market? Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also, just a shameless plug, you looking to grow your business, be sure to work with me at goldsharkmedia.com. Shoot me a DM or drop something in the comments. Let me know that you're looking to grow your business. But we help grow businesses with website SEO, with website development. We build CRMs. We have our own CRM that we help entrepreneurs with. Again, you can use our own CRM and get great lead generation, right? Everything in Pro Plus, unlimited contacts plus lead capacity, custom dashboards, multi-location plus multi-user support, advanced marketing and automation, which means email, SMS, ringed list, drip campaigns, branded client and team portal, dedicated account manager, conversational AI employee, support agent, and sales assistant. Again, we create all of these. We create the AI agenta. We create the AI agents so that way they can actually function for your business and your business specifically. And this is what we specialize in. Okay, we also assist with WhatsApp plus iMessage deep integration, advanced omni-channel automation for full customer lifecycle, branded portals for your clients and team members, all of this stuff, right? Priority tech support, advanced website plus domain hosting. Everybody needs a website, and that's what we do. We host. We're able to buy domains from our website, and again, you own full control of the domain, all of that, and so it's all taken care of. Again, done for you or done with you, set up. We have a lot of happy customers, happy clients. As you can see, visit the website, goldsharkmedia.com. Okay, and if you're looking to grow in real estate, you're looking to invest in real estate, whether it's Michigan real estate, whether it's national real estate, international real estate, talk to me. I love investing. I like investors. I like working with people who like money, right? And so ultimately, I want you to book a call with me. That's the first thing you're going to need to know. We're going to need to figure out your financial situation, what's going on, where you're at with real estate, and where your situation is. Schedule a call, easy as pie, and we'll talk. We'll talk about your situation. If you want to become a real estate agent, you want to increase your income, I created an online course, 1,300 state exam practice questions, 200 plus vocab terms with chapter lessons, ebooks relevant for all 50 states. Okay, so no matter what state you live in, whether you live in Hawaii, whether you live in Florida, whether you live in Maine, whether you live in Washington State, listen, you can do this. You can take this course. It will prepare you for your state licensing exam rather nicely, okay? There's 1,300 practice questions, 200 plus vocab terms. Just visit passreusa.com, and you'll be able to download and enroll into the program here, okay? So it gives you everything you're going to need to know, all right? Again, we have a 95% of students passing their test, the people who have taken ours. And then real estate practice exam questions. We have 5-star reviews so far. It's a brand new course, but it's pretty nice. You also get 20 free practice questions for the National Real Estate Licensing Study Guide. Again, so we give you 20 free practice questions just to make sure you like the questions that we provide, but they're pretty good. And I put them in there. I researched. I used all the number one sources that you use in your standard real estate course, all federal laws. So again, everybody can take this, okay? I want everybody else to make more money. If I'm going to make money, you have to make money, okay? If you're going to make money, that helps me make money. So we all need to make more money, all right? Also, be sure to check out Ecker Geopolitics and that YouTube channel. Follow us at Ecker Geopolitics, and that's pretty powerful stuff that we're doing there. Hold on, I got to fix this screen because the display capture didn't capture like anything that I just showed everybody, so that's great. That's awesome. Love that. Okay, we're on Substack right now. And again, I'm going to go back and we'll just run through everything I just showed you. But be sure to check out Ecker Geopolitics, where we talk about the news every night, 7 p.m. on the Ecker Geopolitics YouTube channel. Okay, and in case you didn't see the screen because OBS is just the worst software ever, be sure to visit goldsharkmedia.com, grow your business. I'll help you grow your business. I'll help you do all of that. We'll help you get to the next level. Website, SEO, deal flow, promo, AI, all of it, okay? And then visit BrendanEckerRealty.com if you're looking to grow your real estate business. You want to buy or sell real estate, then I can help you do that. So be sure to work with me, and we will hook you up with the next best transaction. And then if you want to become a real estate agent, you want to make more money in your life, you want to make more money, then be sure to visit PassREUSA.com. This is the website. This is what it looks like. Okay, and then there's the shameless plug. So now let's get back into the markets and let's look at everything else that's happening. So right now the gold prices are at $5,211.90. Silver's at $91.30. Platinum is at $2,321.80 and $1,821.50 for palladium. Okay, so be sure to invest in precious metals. I'm a big fan of precious metals. Again, as an investor myself, you have to stay diversified. Very important in the markets, but that's kind of where gold is at. I believe gold will go to about 10 to 15,000 bucks per ounce. So I definitely think people should be thinking about the bullion. All right. Then this is the future in cryptos market. I like to look at that in the mornings. We check out everything that's up today. So the Henry Hub natural gas futures are up. That's probably from Trump's State of the Union address last night. He addressed a lot of oil issues and some of those more concerning areas. E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures are up. Then E-mini S&P 500 futures are up. So again, Dow Jones, nickel futures, a lot of things up today. Okay, soybean meal futures are up. Live cattle futures are up. Silver futures are up. Platinum, aluminum. So all the futures are up, right? Micro Bitcoin futures. And then everything that's going down is the New York Harbor ULSD, the E-mini crude oil. That's down. And then Chicago SRW wheat futures is definitely down. So that's kind of what's happening in the futures market. Again, I don't advise investing in futures necessarily, but I definitely invest in my diversified portfolio, right? Find the right financial advisors, have them help you out with what's going on. But this is what the charts are looking like today for futures. Daily volume and open interest. All right, so let's go over to X and let's see all of the newer stories that are going through the algorithm right now. Love to see that. So it looks like the digital asset investor posted, this mate's about the 10th time he said it. It won't just be crypto that blasts off if he does this. Justin, President Trump says tariffs will replace income tax. So this was a big statement made by Trump in the State of the Union address last night.
Tariffs paid for by foreign countries like in the past substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax.
And so that's the little clip that was just shown over on Twitter X. That's kind of the conversation that Trump was having. Again, what are people saying about it? Replacing income tax with tariffs is regressive tax policy that hurts poor people most. Tariffs act as sales tax on imported good, hitting low-income families hardest since they spend higher percentage of income on goods. So now they have no income tax like the Middle East. Only no one wants to engage in trade because of your silly tariffs. Do you think consumers would accept higher prices in exchange for no income tax? President Trump says a lot of patently false and stupid stuff. This is one of those things. So a lot of people are not really liking that idea. Okay, so let's go to Grok. Let's see what Grok has to say. Is this good or not good? Is this good or bad for the American people? Specifically, retail investors in crypto. So let's just see what it says here. Always curious to see what Grokopedia has to say. If you're tuning in, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to support the show, help us grow, help us spread the information. According to Grok, President Trump's proposal from this February 24th, 2026 State of the Union address to have tariffs substantially replace the income tax system is unlikely to fully succeed in the near or medium term, according to most economists and analysts. Tariffs currently generate far less revenue, about around 200 million to 200 to 257 billion in recent years, even after increases. Compared to individual and corporate income taxes, roughly $2 to $3 trillion annually. Replacing the income tax would require dramatically higher tariff rates or much broader application, which experts deem implausible without severe economic fallout. Overall impact on the American people, regressive nature. Tariffs act as a consumption tax on imported goods and often domestic ones via supply chains. Studies show U.S. importers and consumers bear most of the cost, often 80 to 96%, leading to higher prices for everyday items like electronics, clothing, cars, and food. This hits lower and middle-income households harder as they spend a larger share of income on goods. Estimates suggest recent tariffs have added $1,000 to $3,800 plus in annual costs per household, with the inflation effects of 0.4 to 2% in some periods. Broader economy. Many analyses project a negative effect like reduced GDP, potentially 5 to 6% in the long run in extreme scenarios, lower wages, slower growth, and higher inflation. While some see short-term stimulus on manufacturing boosts, the consensus leans towards net harm for most Americans via higher costs and potential trade disruptions. Benefits claimed. Supporters argue it shifts burdens to foreign countries, protects U.S. jobs, and could fund government without direct taxes on earnings. However, data shows foreign exporters absorb only a small fraction and revenue falls short. Specific impact on retail crypto investors. Crypto, which is Bitcoin, alts, is largely untaxed on unrealized gains for most retail holders unless sold, so eliminating/reducing income tax won't directly eliminate capital gains tax on crypto profits, though Trump has floated related ideas like zero capital gains on crypto in other contexts. The indirect effects matter more. Potential positives. Tariffs could fuel inflation, higher import costs to broader price pressures. Crypto, especially Bitcoin, is often viewed as an inflation hedge due to its fixed supply, similar to gold. Some analysts explicitly note Bitcoin as a hedge in tariff-driven inflationary environments. If tariffs weaken trust in fiat systems, spur dollar concerns, or widen deficits from lower tax revenue, this could drive demand for decentralized assets like crypto as safe havens amid geoeconomic tensions. In some crypto circles on X, people see it as bullish, capital rotates to hard assets, or wishful ties to tax-free narratives, and broader pro-crypto policies under the Trump amplify sentiment. Potential negatives. Higher inflation plus economic slowdown could lead to risk-off sentiment, hurting volatile assets like crypto in the short term. Reduced demand for risk assets during weaker growth. If tariffs cause broader market volatility or recession fears, retail investors often see crypto prices drop sharply, as seen in the past in trade war episodes. No direct link to crypto-specific tax relief here. It's more macro noise. Net for retail crypto investors. Probably mixed to slightly positive long-term if inflation hedges play out and crypto's narrative as an alternative strengthens, but risky/short-term negative due to volatility from economic uncertainty. Many mainstream sources see the tariff replacement idea as a rhetoric than feasible policy, so dramatic shifts remain speculative. Crypto remains highly sensitive to macro conditions, Fed responses, and sentiment. Watch for inflation data and trade developments. This isn't financial advice. Markets can move unpredictably. So that's kind of what Grokopedia had to say about Trump's remarks on replacing tariffs with the or replacing income tax with tariffs. So again, that's kind of the conversation happening with that. It looks like we have an update from No Limit. The American consumer is going broke. 12.7% of all credit card debt is now 90% 90 plus days past due. That's the second highest reading ever recorded. The only time it was worse is in 2010, the aftermath of the worst financial crisis in 80 years. Here's why this number should terrify you. During the GFC, the economy was in free fall, banks were collapsing, unemployment hit 10%. The government was printing trillions just to keep the lights on. That's when delinquencies peaked at 13.5%. Today we're at 12.7%. Except there's no crisis, no bank failures, no recession. Unemployment is supposedly historically low. So what's the excuse? The math doesn't make sense anymore. Average credit card APR is 20% plus. Rent is up 30% since 2019. Food prices are up 32% since 2019. Car insurance is up 50%. Wages haven't kept up, not even close. So Americans did what they always do. They put it on the card. Total credit card debt just hit 1.28 trillion, an all-time record. This is 2008 level stress on consumer without a 2008 level crisis to explain it. More people should be talking about how insane this is. Yeah, and it is insane. It's insane that we pay taxes to the government who is hiding the Epstein files, right? It's insane that we pay taxes to a government who doesn't have our best interest at heart, who lies to us constantly, right? It is a shame. And ultimately, it's very unfortunate. And everybody seems to agree, when you look at the Twitter comments here. So again, it doesn't look like there's any breaking news for crypto, right? I mean, the crypto markets are up today. Overall, everything's looking pretty decent with crypto. But, the future right now is waiting on the Clarity Act. Everything is waiting on the Clarity Act, ultimately. So before anything really is going to happen with the Clarity Act or anything with crypto, again, we have to wait on regulatory rules. We have to wait on the laws. Okay, and so that's one of the more important parts about this. Okay, so as we study the markets, what are your markets that you're looking at? Let's look at real estate a little bit. My wheelhouse. And we'll look at some properties. Okay. So ultimately, I want to focus on Michigan real estate because that's where I can serve you best. Michigan real estate, the average home price right now is sitting around like 300 grand at the moment, and 250 grand, 300 grand. You can see it here in the pricing. But again, people are moving to Michigan, guys. You want to get a nice home? You want to live in Michigan? Call me up. Yeah, we got a lot of nice real estate here. This is a nice place to come home to. Okay, if you live in Michigan, you're going to be living a pretty good life. You might be cold a little bit out of the year, maybe 5 months out of the year or so. During winter, we have our seasons. But ultimately, you'll like living here. And everything's glitching, of course, while I'm trying to show you this. Okay, we'll just skip the real estate talk because everything's glitching for me. So that's just awesome. Again, so what do you guys think about everything happening? What do you guys think about the markets? What do you guys think about where things are going? Again, I see a future for crypto, but ultimately I really want to see crypto become more utilized by the U.S. government, by our politicians, all of those things. But this is where crypto's at today. The market seems to have moved up a little bit, maybe from Trump's State of the Union address. But ultimately, this is what's going on. This is what things are looking like, and this is how things are cooking. So again, what do you guys think? Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in for tonight's episode on politics. We'll be covering some of the State of the Union address, some of the statements that were made, some of the bigger stories. And again, be sure to follow that channel, subscribe at Ecker Geopolitics, and then subscribe to this channel, of course, Brendan Ecker. Every morning at 11 a.m., we talk about business, we talk about news, AI, and real estate, all of those things. We talk about the markets, we talk about the future. Again, even if it's for a half an hour, sometimes it'll be an hour. Sometimes we'll react to different stuff. But this is the channel where we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about news, and all of it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing else. Stay prudent, stay powerful, stay wealthy, and be sure to invest wisely. This is not financial advice. I am just an entrepreneur right along with you, studying the markets and the times. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.